But like you said, some owners are like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones hired a new coach this offseason. Hired Brian Schottenheimer. This was the low guy on the totem pole is kind of what it felt like as the coaching hires were trickling down one by one. It was, they're not willing to pay McCarthy. They don't want to overpay any coach. They basically got the cheapest guy they could. They brought somebody up from in-house that, in my opinion, is a little underqualified.
Yeah.
Everybody.
He's been in the league. Sorry,
I was just gonna say it really doesn't matter who they get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think coaching for the Dallas Cowboys, Jason Garrett's probably the best guy because he's just gonna clap. He's just gonna boost these guys up, and that's all he's gonna do. Like they don't do anything.
So I think it's important to note Schottenheimer calls plays.
Yeah.
So he will also be in charge of the entire offense, which is
so congratulations.
I think it's the same thing. Like I'm expecting very similar results from the Dallas offense when they were healthy as this year. Yeah. The only thing that could change that is if they draft Ashton JT or another exceptional playmaker in free agency or something. They figure something out
but they don't sign people.
So. No, and they're up against the cap too. They have to re-sign Micah Parsons right now. DeMarcus Lawrence is a free agent.
CD Lamb,
I think they paid CD last year, but there's a lot of stuff they need to address. So
what has changed? Dak Prescott's been through two coaches now, two different play callers. His stats are pretty much the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't see what difference it's going to make for anybody.
Yeah. As far as fantasy goes, like you said, I don't think it makes much of a difference.
Right. Yeah.
As far as winning NFL games goes, I'm less confident in him than I am in Mike McCarthy. However, Mike McCarthy's clock management has been talked about for 15, 20 years at this point. How it's just not up to snuff for the current NFL standards. So, maybe now that he's gone, they get an analytics guy in there and we could see them go for it on fourth down a lot more.
Yeah.
Things like that, catch up with the rest of the league, that could make a big difference in their offense, but that's about the
If I was a Cowboys fan, I would at least be happy that McCarthy's gone.
Yeah.
Something's going to change, and honestly, I feel like the only place you can go is up.
So. I mean, listen, if we did this episode last year, I would have said that I was very disappointed in how the offseason went for Washington. I wasn't happy with Dan Quinn. Mm-hmm. I was not happy with Cliff Kingsbury. It felt like low ceiling options at both spots.
Yeah.
It's okay, they can get this team to 8-8 or 9-8, whatever it is, But I don't know.
Yeah.
Players. It's all about the players. I'm going to keep saying that. It's all about the players.
I think it's pretty even, in my opinion. I go 50-50 on it.
I think when you have, I agree with that. It's once you have that coach that brings your players up to that level and makes those players look good. But once those players that were being boosted by the coach, they go down and then they just play at the level of the coach. Unless they're just an exceptional talent. The people that do get paid big bucks, Micah Parsons, CD Lamb, those guys will always be good.
I agree.
But there's a lot of players on these teams that, Bill Belichick did that all the time, where they would go to a different team, get a big deal, and then end up getting cut the year later. And now Patrick Chung is playing again for the Patriots, and he's doing really good. Or who's that edge rusher? Whatever.
Insert name.
I can't remember his name.